Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Reared Empire. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another layout update. I thought I'd start by showing up on camera here just to keep you guys updated. And I've gotten a lot done on the layout in the past few months, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around and show you guys what I've been up to. Alright, so starting off here, we're starting on the left-hand side of the layout. We can see some major differences. Number one, including the upper level. If we do a quick pan here across the whole entire layout, we can see that the upper level bench work is complete across the whole layout. For those of you who are new to the channel, this layout is 14 foot by 11 foot, consisting of 2 levels, and it's run majority on DCC. So all the new stuff that's been going on is pretty much just with the upper level here. I've gotten all the bench work done, and on this side I've put down all the tracks for this side, and I've started laying track there in the back. The other side again is still looking pretty bare, as I need to go out and get some more track for that side. Starting off here front and center, we can see we've got the Walthers packing plant that I have assembled. That was a really cool Christmas present from my grandparents, so an extra thank you to them. I have worked on painting it, so I'm still in the process of that. You guys can probably tell that the smaller building there is painted, but then the bigger one is not weathered and not painted yet. So still got a little bit of work to do there, but I'm really happy with how everything's coming. At the most recent train show, I also bought some bumpers, so we can see those white 3D printed bumpers on every siding. They all still need to be painted, except for the one there, the gray one that I did some primer on, but overall, I'm pretty happy with how they're looking. As we move on to the other side of the upper level here, we can see we've got this one boxcar factory here, and then we've also got the Walthers Cornerstone Glacier Gravel Company. So I'm pretty happy with how those are looking there. Did a lot of planning for this upper level and figuring out where I wanted things, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. Up here, we have a total of 10 switches, and they're all manually thrown with the Caboose Industries ground throws. I have installed 5 of them so far, and I need to go out and get more. I'm really liking them. You just take this, you flip it to the other side, and your switch flips like that. I do like automatic switches, and the crossover on the lower level will be automatic, but for the upper level, I find it much more enjoyable to have manual switches. As we work our way over here, we are by the control panel of the layout. We can see I now have a UTP panel there with the SB5 mounted under the layout. We also have our conventional DC controls there too, as I can flip the upper level from DCC to DC, whichever I prefer to run. The bottom level stays strictly DCC. I've also installed one smaller signal here, thanks to my friend Vinny for getting this for me. There's actually a couple more of them I still have. They're a bit smaller signals, and I have them all controlled with a toggle switch on this control board, and that just controls the upcoming industry there. So that one's all dispatch controlled. But then here, from the train show in Lansing, Michigan in November, I bought one of these AHM signals, and then I've also invested in a relay board here with adjustable delay and the infrared sensor mounted in between the track there. So how this operates is a train goes over the infrared sensor and drops that signal from green to red. I find it really fascinating, and for only $10 for each circuit board, and I paid $1 for the signal, I found that was a really good deal. As I stand back here, here's just another vantage point of the upper level. Again, I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I utilized 10 switches on this upper level with various planning and operations for switching. As we work our way more to the right here, we can see the back. This is the track that runs behind the yard. It is double track here and then goes to the left and splits and runs around the upper level. These two tracks parallel each other, and slowly they make their way to the right side of the upper level. This track I'm still working on laying, and I need to go to the hobby shop and get more track for this side sometime. As we can see, it's still bare baseboard, but it's coming along quite well. All the switches have been purchased, so I just need to buy the industries and the track and a little bit more roadbed, and this side will be coming along well. Here's one more quick view of the upper level from this side. We can see over to our right here on the lower level we have the crossover. Those will be automatic. I'm planning to get special switch machines that have DCC decoders mounted in so I can flip them all wirelessly from my phone or from the DCC controller. Now, that brings up another good point and a new thing that I've added to the layout. I have purchased an NCE USB interface so the whole layout can be controlled through my computer using JMRI and through Y-throttle using my phone. This system allows me to control all trains wirelessly and have just about unlimited operators running the layout all wirelessly from their mobile devices. This system has allowed me to have multiple friends over running trains, and so far has been a huge benefit to the layout. Looking back at the control panel here, we can see I do still have the option to run trains by just the standard NCE power cabs connected to the SPV5 booster under the layout, but for the most part I enjoy running them just through my phone wirelessly. This UTP panel we see connects underneath the layout to the SB5 booster, and the SB5 booster connects to the USB interface to my computer. We're going to go take a look at that right now underneath the layout. Alright, so we are now down underneath the layout here. I know it's not great lighting, but we can see the SB5 here sits on this little shelf, and there's various wires running from it. And if we pan our way over this way, onto the first module of the upper level, we can see a nice little wire connector piece there for future wiring to come. And then this long cable here running through the 2x4 leads over there to our NCE USB interface headed over to the computer. The other big white box there is the Digitrax PR4, and I use that for wiring a program track up here on the second level, this long siding here that runs right behind the packing plant. And that can be controlled using this bottom toggle switch here, the one right there, using that to be either a normal siding, a dead siding, or a program track, and I can use to upload custom sound files to decoders or just various CV programming, all done through JMRI on the computer. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the yard now that I've explained some of the new wiring and stuff like that for the layout. Another new thing is this Atlas station here that I bought. I bought this kit for $5 and I had a fun time assembling it. I also added a couple people to it. I know it's hard to see with this Union Pacific train here. I'm currently working on taking most of the trains off the layout as I'm planning to do some more track work and just don't want anything to get damaged. So that's a nice little station that I've added. I'm really happy with how that turned out. It still might need a little bit of painting or weathering, but I'm relatively happy with that. We can see another guy here is just walking down the back. So, pretty neat station from Atlas. One more thing you guys have probably seen in my videos is the Union Pacific SD70 Ace. There's now a Union Pacific Gevo by Scale Trains, a 2674. Both of these are my friend Vinny's, but he just buys them to run on my layout and leaves them here, so I'm good to use them whenever I'd like. So, that's pretty cool. And then we've also got my Union Pacific GP38-2s on the track. We got a GG1 in the engine shed, and then just Pure Marquette 1225 sitting there in the yard for now. Again, I'm working on taking everything off the layout, so the shelves up here are filling up. A couple new things include the green box car up here, the Grand Trunk hopper car, the Grand Trunk auto rack car, and then various weathering jobs on a couple of the cars up there. And there's also a couple new cars on the shelves, but that can be for another video. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this layout update. I know it's not going to be too long of a video, but it really gets the point down and shows what I've really been up to. I know the posting has been slow for the layout updates, but you can see I've been hard at work down here in the basement. We'll take one more pan across the whole entire layout so you guys can see what it looks like. Alright, well I think that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this brief little layout update. There is definitely going to be more to come. There's been a lot of progress on the layout. My favorite probably being the mobile control with your phone for the layout. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And I'll see you next time on The Road Empire.